Breathing slow and long and deep, and just being conscious of each and every breath. See if you can make those breaths a little longer in each area. Inhalation, exhalation, pauses between the breath. Just strip everything back and slow everything down. We're not doing a specific type of pranayama here. We're not looking to match inhalation to exhalation. We're not going to start to confuse the mind or bring thoughts to the mind to make us really, really start to think about what we're doing. We're just noticing what we're doing. So we're not going to actively work on the breath in a pranayama type way, which is where we will use the mind to manipulate the breath. I just want you to be quietening down the mind, quietening down those brain waves to the point that we are aware of breath, but not so that we are too manipulative of it. We don't want to be thinking about things too much right now. So just keep that breath, breathing in and breathing out, and being aware of it and just noticing things about it. And just parking those thoughts, not worrying too much about getting involved in them. And just a point here as we notice our breath about thoughts. So I think we have something like about 10,000 thoughts a day. And that's what our brain is designed to do. So we're not trying to stop that from happening. What we're trying to do with meditation is just be aware of it happening. Quite often, with all the tech, with all the stimulation, even in this period of our life at the moment, we are massively overstimulated and our thoughts ping about like a pinball machine, going from one to the other, to the other, to the other. And what we're doing with meditation is we're just trying to stretch that so that those thoughts, when they come up, they rise like little bubbles on your boiling water, and they're coming up to the surface, and you're just being aware of it and then just popping that bubble and letting it go, and just noticing each and every thought as it arises, and being able to take the decision to say, I'm going to go with this thought right now because this thought is relevant, or I'm going to park that thought and I'm going to let it go. But quite often the thoughts, they just bubble around in like a real melee, and we go pinging around from one to the other. So this is about just stripping it back again, like stripping back the breath, and just being very aware. So I'm going to guide you now through some thoughts, and I'd like you to try and stay with me. So again, if you find yourself wandering off, just dismiss that thought and come back to the narrative. So I'd like you to imagine that you've got a white luminescence, this energy emanating through the crown of your head, through the top of your head, the crown chakra. And this is source energy, which comes from source from which all things emanate, the creator of the universe and every living being, plant, creature and soul. Bring this white luminant energy deep into your body. Imagine it penetrating down from the crown through every cell, all those trillions and trillions of cells of your body, flooding with this beautiful luminance. Imagine that your body is shining and gleaming, and it is beautifully relaxed. And I want you to just think of this energy in terms of positivity. It's charged, but it's also positive energy. Positive energy is twice as powerful as negative energy. So by inhaling this white luminescent energy, you're purging any negativity from your system. It simply cannot exist in your body if you fill your body with positivity. Imagine the negative energy being chased out and dissipated from your system. And this white luminous energy is love. Fill yourself with love. And take a moment to think about all of your body being filled with love. See it as it trickles down through the neck and across the throat, spreading out across the shoulders, flooding into the arms, the hands, the fingers, through the chest and the back, and the belly, and the spine, into the buttocks and the groin, and then flowing down your legs to your feet and your toes. Luminous energy filled with love. And then take a moment, please, to think about one thing you love about yourself right now. I don't care if it's something like the shape of your eyebrows or whether it's something much more profound. Just find one thing that you love about yourself right now in this moment. And just allow yourself to smile. Hold on and develop that thought. Now let's just take a little time to examine our mindset and try to assess how positive we are feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. And I want you to just find where you are currently. And if you're feeling a little flat and a little low, I want you to move it up by 1 notch to just feeling indifferent and calm. If you're feeling really depressed and really down, then let's move that up to feeling a little subdued and a little low. If you're feeling moderately cheerful and nothing to complain about, then let's take it up a notch and feel exuberant and joyful without a care in the world. So wherever you're feeling right now, take it up 1 notch. Choose to feel happier. It's not too difficult to manipulate your mood and move the levels by small increments with the power of positive thought. Choose to feel happier and brighter than you do, and use the universal law of attraction to bring exactly that to you. Choose to feel happy, choose to be content, and let happiness and contentment find you. And this has an automatic effect of increasing your positivity. Think about all those tens of thousands of thoughts each day. Make one of them right now, that thought that you are happy. We can't control all of them 10,000, but we can at least control the ones that relate to our mood, and then allow the mood to happen and increase our levels of positivity. One of the ways that we can really track into our positivity is to count our blessings. So start with your health and see if there's anything in your health that is healthy. So if you've got a particularly dodgy knee, then think about, are your hips healthy? If you've got a little bit of a cold, are you feeling more healthy in the gut? Is your brain really active? Is your skeleton really strong? So find something in your body that you feel grateful for that's working really well at this moment. And then if you've got children, add those to your blessings. And I know they can drive us to distraction and they can really start to make us challenged, but these are a blessing. Thank the universe for where you live, your house, your bed, your sheets, the clothes on your back, for the phones and tech that we live with, for all their wonderful functionality, and for allowing us to connect as we do right now. The food that we eat, all of those beautiful meals we have eaten, the wonderful holidays we've had and the books that we've loved, the music that we've listened to, all the things that we've enjoyed, these are all blessings. Think about all the inventions that make our life here in the 21st century so much easier than possibly from 100, 200, 300 years ago. Quite recent history. We live in a very blessed time. We live in a safe country. It's democratic and prosperous. But we've got trees and plants and grass and leaves all around us. And we should count those in our blessings too. Think about the safety of our family and friends right now, our brothers and sisters, our parents, our children. Keeping everybody safe is a blessing. Our work colleagues, people we've known in the past and people we're yet to meet, each and every one a blessing. Think about the things that we have done. Our mentors, our guides, our pets, our cars, cameras, the countries that we've been to, our bodies and our lives. All of these things are blessings. There are so many things to be grateful for. So just take some time to just tick through all of the blessings, even the people that have caused us harm, have taught us lessons. That's a blessing. The experiences we're going through are not what we choose for ourselves necessarily, but it's teaching us lessons that's causing us to have more blessings, to be more grateful, and to be just really accepting of so many more things. Count your blessings with long, slow, deep breaths. Feel your body relaxing. Feel your body holding on to positive energy. Feel yourself smiling. Really just allowing yourself to be in this moment with these active thoughts that we've asked our head to generate, asked our brain to create. And we'll take this positivity with us through the day, through the week, through the months, through the years. Use this as a tool. Whenever you feel a negative emotion entering into your mind, whenever you feel overwhelmed or unable to cope, think back to this moment. Think back to all the reasons we have to count our blessings. Transport yourself to this very moment. Use this again and again and again to really make sure that you hold positivity in your life for the rest of your days. Imagine yourself in a beautiful idyll of a place. It can be somewhere you've been or somewhere that you imagine. Remember, we can't control our thoughts, but we can control our mood. So imagine this place being full of joy and love and possibility. Lock this blissful location in to this feeling of positivity and to that smile across your face. We all have moments when we feel a little glum, when we feel a little bit down or challenged. But again, take check of the emotions. Say to yourself, yes, I'm feeling a little bit blah today. A little bit down, a little bit blue, a little bit under the weather. And acknowledge that without judgment. But then consciously make the effort to switch your mood. I'm not going to allow that to be my guide today. Today I choose positivity. Force your mind into being positive. You've been given the privilege of a new day on this wonderful, beautiful planet. And it's really your choice to make the best of it, because we never know what day is going to be our last. So don't waste the opportunity of that day. Live that day to the fullest, to the happiest, and to the best of your ability. Walk with a spring in your step. Make a difference to others. Share that smile that you have. Today is a good day. Today is the best day ever, because today is all we have. And there, within minutes, your mood will change. Switched from one that is a little glum to one that is cheerful. And keep doing the mood change. Keep doing the mind power as often as you need to. Stay positive. Stay happy. Think of your blessings. Think of your luck. Think of your absolute joy of having another day on this planet. Stay focused in the good things in life. Remember that challenges are just like a laboratory test. And we choose to stand up and rise to the challenge. Or we can just let the challenge overwhelm us. How we react to these challenges defines us. So when your mind is in a positive mindset, anything is possible. Doors are wide open. Opportunities unfold. The world is our oyster. Stay focused on pure potential and anything is possible. Pure love. Pure kindness. We attract what we give out. Buddha tells us this. So give it out and it will come flooding back multifold. By helping others, we help the surroundings to be better, to make us better. Keeping that law of attraction in mind at all times. What you give your attention to, you get more of. So keep everything positive and let the benefits flood into your life. And rejoice, because this is the secret to happiness. Choose to be happy. Choose to be positive. Stay positive and your lives will change. Put your faith in the power of manifesting your dreams and see it pay off big time in all areas of your life. Manifesting techniques are a powerful kind of active look that will help you to focus on bringing your dreams to life. Believe it and see through the law of attraction how it is drawn to you. Use your inner wisdom to unlock the power of manifesting. Whether it be that you're looking for your dream career, your life partner, that retirement home, the best for you. You can only concentrate on you, and while we wish all others to have similar experiences, we can only change ourselves. So you make yourself the best version of yourself to put through to the world, and then you'll attract the best back to you. You can do it. And this luck wishing, this inner wisdom, this active luck of manifesting comes with the full moon and it comes with the new moon. The moon, the stars, the sun, they sprinkle extra good luck and good fortune upon us. So we're using this energy as well. And I want to give you some time. We're in this new moon period at the moment, this super special new moon for everybody, a very lucky new moon, where the power of manifesting is real. Make some wishes now. Take some time Think of the things without the brain running off. Mentally go through your checklist of all the things you would like for your life. If your health is not brilliant, then draw good health to you. If your finances are a little challenged, draw some wealth towards you. If there's areas of your love life where you feel that you're a little unappreciated or unloved, draw appreciation and love to you. But again, just be careful of the mind running off. Work through each thought or action one by one, considered and active. Focus on what it is that you need to draw towards you. What is it that you need to manifest right now? And through the ages and through time, this will change. But it's right now in this energy that we need to look at what we need right now. And if you're struggling to think of anything, or if there are too many things and you're just struggling to get them into any kind of perspective, this energy will be with us for a while, for a few weeks. So if you find that next time you come to your meditation, tomorrow or the day after, and you feel that your needs have changed, then your manifestations should change. If you've made your wishes, just want to talk a little bit about Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. It's about thinking and learning. It represents ideas, information, dexterity and transport. And when Mercury goes into retrograde, which is when it kind of appears to be travelling backwards in the sky from our vantage point here on Earth, like it is at the moment, its influence works differently. And actually its energy intensifies. And things can often seem to go awry during this period. So whilst you can ask the universe for energy to manifest, what I don't want you to do until the end of the month, until Mercury is out of retrograde, is to start a new project. Mercurial energy is a little bit wonky. It can be a bit uncomfortable for some people, and it kind of represents a uniquely productive time for those who know how to work it. But if you don't, it can be one of those times when we feel like we get tripped up, or where we don't check the details and things don't work out as we wanted them to. So whilst you're manifesting, just be careful about starting new projects. Use the energy to reflect, to renew and revisit. Get back in touch with an old friend, circle back to a project that you started and were struggling with. You know, if you're thinking of redecorating your home, do the planning. Remember, it's a good opportunity right now to tie up life's loose ends and embrace your individuality. We all have unique lessons to learn. So do your best to keep your heart open, to stay calm and to not take yourself too seriously. Don't sign any new contracts right now without reading the terms and conditions page is really good. Because Mercury loves to trick us. Be careful if you're sending a text. Make sure you have made real inroads to reading and rereading anything of importance. Quite often it feels like there's a lot of glitches and gaffes and tech problems around this time. And this can be related to Mercury. So maybe switch off. Do you ever have a tech-free day or a tech-free hour when you're awake, not when you're asleep? Maybe we start to work more towards uncomplicating our life. Mercury in retrograde is a time to reflect back, not to fixate forwards. So while you're manifesting for the future under the energies of the full moon, just make a little bit of time to make sure things that we started previously are coming to their fruition. If you need to have a tough conversation with somebody, push it back a week or two. Rather than planning, just allow the thoughts to come. And just make note of them and put the plans into place later on. Just like to spend a little bit of time thinking around the things that we need to manifest versus the things that we need to deal with. And just actively engage the brain to think about a thought and to park it in one of those two areas. Is it something that we need to leave, or is it something that we're going to need to look at? Because quite often we can feel overwhelmed that we have to do everything, and there are some things that actually we can step back from because we love ourselves enough. We have enough positivity, we have enough blessings in our life to be able to be aware that not everything is our responsibility to do right now. And one of the things that I want you to just think about is whether or not you have decided to do something or whether somebody has asked you to do it. We so often take on the requirements of other people. People will ask us, and we want to help, don't we? We want to be kind, we want to do things for others. Maybe it gives us a sense of being loved, or a sense that people like us, or we just don't want to get into combatant conflict. So we can quite often take on things and then we're like, oh, why did I do this? And when we love ourselves, we're honest with ourselves. So just at the moment, just look at the things that you've got to do and notice how many of them are your things. Maybe it's time to just prioritize yourself. So you think about the things that you have to do for you in the next day, the next week, the next month. And train the mind to make them a priority. And just take a moment to notice once more, how's your breath and how's your breathing? And how's your body and how's your relaxation? Because sometimes when we start bringing thoughts to mind and we think, oh, I've got that to do, and oh, so-and-so gave me that to do, and I need to get on with it, and I don't want to do it because it's not my thing. When we get kind of in there, we start to kind of bristle, and our breathing starts to get more rapid and shallow. Our heart rate spikes. We get tension in our body, and we're looking to do the antithesis of all of those. So be aware of all these little signals that are being sent out. And that's a really good indicator. Breath is a brilliant indicator of stress. If your breathing starts to change, have a little look at that thought and see if it's a little bit stressful. Really nice. And then I just want you to imagine your mind as if it's a steamed up mirror, or if it's a whiteboard or a blackboard or whatever, and it's covered in steam or it's covered in writing. And I want you to pick up a cloth and I want you to clean your mirror. Clean your blackboard, your whiteboard, wipe it down, clean it off. Think about the corners, make sure it's really, really nice and clean. Wipe all of the writing away, wipe all of the steam away. Really looking around, make sure all bits are covered, all bits have been cleaned. And this is one of the techniques we can use for cleaning down the mind. When we focus on one activity, one item to be cleaned represents the cleaning of the thoughts from the mind. So letting all those wishes go, letting all of those thoughts go of all the things that we need to do. And just clean everything down. And I just want you, as you are sitting or laying here, if you're being very present in this moment, I'd like you to just bring your awareness to an area behind the Ajna chakra here. We call this Chitakasha. And this is an area of manifestation. And it can quite often manifest colours or shapes, swirls. It's a bit like a kaleidoscope. So I just want you to, if you've got your eyes closed, then just, internally bring the awareness to behind the eyebrows. If your eyes are open and you're using Tritaka, just imagine that point of focus now behind the eyebrows center, behind Ajna chakra. And I want you to watch it like you would watch a TV screen. So try not to get involved in it. So if you see kind of a flash of colour go off one way, just let it go. Don't follow it. Just keep your awareness on this area that we call Chitakasha. And just notice, what do you experience? What do you see? Detached awareness is another really wonderful way of being able to quieten down the mind and bring us to meditation. And it's a beautiful way of being able to switch off from all the outside stimuli. So again, it's a lovely way to extend self-love to ourselves. Just follow, be aware, without getting involved. And this is quite a good lesson for life. Maybe we will notice things that are going on with others, be aware of them, be conscious of it, but let's not get involved in it. Is it really our business? We do get involved, don't we? We offer help, which is lovely, but then it puts a stress on us. Sometimes, if people want help, they will ask us for it. And if we flipped everything that way, then we would be in a position where we can say yes and no. But we always feel obliged, this obligation. And that's not always a good thing. The same as selfishness is not always a bad thing. Looking after self is a really positive thing to do. Putting yourself first is really important. As I said previously, you are the most important person in your life. And when we go through a period of selfishness, which has come to be very negative in today's society, but when we do that for ourselves, we actually are nourishing the very heart and soul of our person, of our being. And when we do that, we actually then give the world a much better version of ourselves. A person that's much calmer, that's much more positive, that's much happier. And that is a great thing to do. So selfishness is not negative. And being a little bit more detached, a little less, we might call it considerate. It's not. It's being more considerate of you rather than being considerate of everybody else is not a negative thing to do either. So let's just flip how we see things. And again, it's taking time to step back, isn't it? And thinking, when you see somebody in need, rather than just rushing in and kind of taking over and taking the responsibility off that person, maybe we just step back and we're just like, does this person really need my help? And if so, does that help have to be detrimental to my well-being and my health and my positivity? Is there another way that I could help them by giving them some advice or showing them a different way? Quite often we want to take over, and that's not always the best thing for us, and it's not always the best thing for the person we're trying to help. So let's just, this kind of mind awareness and being able to stop our thoughts and think the things that we want to think can also then start to spill into our actions. Being more considered doesn't mean being less considerate. Let's just take a moment to come back to that one thing that we love about ourselves. And just see, did something different pop up into your mind this time? Quite often when I do this with people, they say, the first time I thought about it, I thought of something, and then the second time I thought of something completely different. And that's brilliant, because that now means you've got two things that you love about yourself. And there must be millions of things that you love about yourself, but we don't often celebrate them. So I want you to really just think now of all the things that you love about you, whether it be physical appearance, your attitudes, your beliefs, the way you deal with things, whether it is the people around you, your interactions, whether it's something more personal like your dress sense, your sense of humour. But just celebrate the things that you love about yourself. So let's just start to come back to the breath. We're going to take a little bit of time to just manipulate the breath now. So just long and slow and deep. And just be aware of whether it feels any different to how it did when we came to breath at the beginning. You've had a bit of time now for blood pressure to drop, heart rate to drop, breathing rate to drop. We've had a bit of time taking the mind on a journey. So is breath awareness now more accessible? Does the breath feel much different? And again, being really aware of these thoughts. We're not checking out here. We're just dropping down, moving through the layers, stripping away all those things that we don't really need right now. Just looking at our bodies, our breath, our mind, our emotion, all linked to the koshas. The bliss state of Anandamaya kosha is where we are heading. And we're coming from the physical self through the mental, emotional, spiritual, to really reach that heightened state of total and utter bliss. Noticing the breath. One last time in your mind. Let's just think about repeating mentally to ourselves these positive affirmations. I'm happy. I'm positive. I'm blessed. And I choose these things for myself every second of every minute of every day, every year of my life. Let the breath be more natural and just start to include a few little movements. Don't shock the body, so really little movements, just some wiggles of the fingers and then some wiggles of the toes. Circles of the wrists and the ankles, really calm and gently from a period of being still and being calm. We don't want to just rush the body up and negate all the tranquility we've inspired over the past few minutes. Maybe if you're lying, you'd like to draw your knees in. If you're sitting, you can draw one knee up at a time, just squeezing into the belly. If you're laying and you want to stay there a little longer, I absolutely think that you should. But if you are looking to come back and rejoin your day, then lying, turn to one side. And those of you that are sitting, just take a reach up and take a stretch. When you're ready, lifting the heart upwards, so coming to sitting up if you're lying down, sitting up nice and tall if you've been in a more comfortable position in a chair, slumped back, sitting up nice and tall. And let's just place the hands together in Anjali Mudra. So joining together the two sides of the brain, the two sides of the body. And thinking about that duality, thinking about happiness and sadness, and choosing happiness, thinking about positivity and negativity, and choosing positivity, thinking about worries and blessings, and choosing blessings, and thinking about love. And always, above all things, choosing to love ourselves so that we can better love others. Just bow the head down. Say thank you to yourself, your beautiful, wonderful, joyous self, for giving you the opportunity to come to this meditation today. You've really, really treated yourself to this little bit of a time out. And I hope that you have the most incredibly wonderful rest of your day. From me to you, with love, Ayubowan.